Imagine yourself sitting on a lush hillside in Galilee, more than 2,000 years ago. The afternoon sun casts a golden light over the landscape, and a fresh breeze carries the scent of nearby olive trees. Around you, a diverse crowd gathers in silence, all with their eyes fixed on a man who is about to speak, Jesus of Nazareth. You've heard the rumors about him. They say he heals the sick, comforts the afflicted, and speaks with an authority that touches people's hearts. He's not a political leader or an influential priest, yet his words have caused profound transformations wherever he goes. There's an expectancy in the air, as if something extraordinary is about to happen. This is the setting of the Sermon on the Mount, one of the most impactful and influential speeches of all time. The words that Jesus is about to speak will not only challenge the conventions of his time, but will also echo through the centuries, offering guidance and hope for future generations. But why do these words, spoken in a context so different from ours, still resonate so powerfully today? What makes the teachings of the Sermon on the Mount so relevant in a modern world filled with technology, scientific advancements, and rapid social changes? Perhaps it's because, despite cultural and technological differences, the essence of humanity, our concerns, fears, and aspirations remains the same. In this video, we will explore the most important lessons from the Sermon on the Mount. Don't miss out. We'll dive deep into teachings that have the power to transform lives, reconsider priorities, and inspire actions that make a difference. The sermon begins with declarations that seem to contradict everything modern society values. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. To be poor in spirit means acknowledging our limitations and the need for spiritual growth. In a world that celebrates self-sufficiency and material success, Jesus invites us to embrace humility and recognize that there's something greater than ourselves. This openness is the first step toward a deeper connection with the divine. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Today's culture often encourages us to hide our emotions and stay strong at all times. Yet, Jesus validates our feelings of sorrow and loss, assuring us that vulnerability is an essential part of the human experience. Facing and expressing our pain opens the door to healing and comfort. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Meekness is not weakness, it's power under control. In a society that often rewards aggression and unbridled competition, meekness teaches us the value of patience, kindness, and respect for others. Jesus reminds us that true leadership and influence come from those who serve with humility. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. This teaching calls us not to be passive in the face of injustice. It's an invitation to act, to actively seek fairness and righteousness in our communities. It means speaking up for those who cannot, challenging oppressive systems, and working for a world where everyone has the chance to thrive. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Mercy involves empathy and forgiveness. Instead of judging or seeking revenge, we are called to understand human failings and offer grace. This not only frees others, but also liberates us, creating space for healthier relationships and a more compassionate society. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. In today's world, where appearances often deceive and intentions can be unclear, purity of heart is a call to authenticity. Being pure in heart means aligning our actions with our deepest values, avoiding hypocrisy and duplicity. This integrity allows us to experience a deeper connection with the sacred. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Conflict and division are realities in every aspect of life, from personal relationships to global issues. Being a peacemaker is not about avoiding conflict at all costs, but about facing challenges with a desire to foster reconciliation and understanding. This requires courage, empathy, and a dedication to justice that benefits all. One of Jesus' most revolutionary teachings is the call to love our enemies. You have heard that it was said, "Love your neighbor and hate your enemy." But I tell you, Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. This principle challenges our most basic instincts. It's natural to retaliate when we're hurt. However, Jesus invites us to respond to hate with love, to break the cycle of violence with acts of kindness and compassion. This doesn't mean accepting abuse or injustice, but rather seeking to transform hearts and situations through the redemptive power of love. So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets. This teaching, known as the Golden Rule, is found in various cultures and religions, underscoring its universality. It encourages us to practice active empathy, putting ourselves in others' shoes and acting accordingly. In an interconnected world, this practice can have a positive impact on a global scale. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Anxiety is a reality for many of us. We worry about finances, health, relationships, and the uncertain future. Jesus invites us to trust in divine providence, focusing on the present and believing that our needs will be met. This doesn't mean inaction, but rather a shift in perspective that allows us to live with more serenity and purpose. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. It's easy to fall into the temptation of judging others based on appearances or superficial actions. Yet, Jesus warns us about the dangers of such an attitude. Instead of pointing out flaws, we are encouraged to look within, recognize our imperfections, and approach others with understanding and love. To conclude, Jesus shares a powerful metaphor. Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. Life's storms are inevitable. Challenges, losses, and hardships will come. By grounding our lives in Jesus' teachings, we build a solid foundation that allows us to withstand adversity. It's not just about listening, but about embodying these principles in our daily actions. You might be wondering, how do I apply these teachings in my complex, responsibility-filled modern life? Here are some practical suggestions. Practice empathy. Take a moment to understand others' perspectives, especially those you disagree with. Exercise gratitude. Recognize and appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small. Engage in acts of service. Find ways to help your community through volunteering or simple acts of kindness. Cultivate patience. In stressful situations, take a deep breath and respond calmly and considerately. Seek spiritual growth. Dedicate time to reflection, prayer, or meditation, strengthening your connection with what is sacred to you. Promote reconciliation. If there are conflicts in your life, take the first step to heal broken relationships. Practice forgiveness. Free yourself from the burden of grudges, understanding that forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. Live with integrity. Align your actions with your values, even when no one is watching. Be an example. Your actions can inspire others to follow this path of transformation. Imagine the impact if each of us embodied just a few of these principles in our lives. Communities would be transformed, relationships would be strengthened, and we might witness a movement toward a more compassionate and just world. We challenge you to choose one of the lessons from the Sermon on the Mount and apply it in your life this week. Observe the changes this can bring not only to yourself, but also to those around you. We'd love to hear your experiences. Leave a comment below about which teaching you chose and how you are putting it into practice. Your story may inspire others to do the same. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Share this video with friends and family who might benefit from these transformative messages. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life-changing teachings of the Sermon on the Mount. May you find inspiration and courage to live in alignment with these principles, impacting the world around you for the better. Until the next video, may peace and wisdom be with you.